What's up, football fans? I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, and don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our two latest book releases, Football: A Love Story and What Did Football Teach Me? Visit our website at footballgameplan.com/books and get your copies today. Welcome to NFL Game Plan. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bringing you our preview of the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Diego Chargers. And we're going to break this game down in only a way football game plan can. We're going to bring you keys to victory, coaching points, film session breakdowns, whiteboard workouts, X factors, and even fantasy advice. And we're going to get this video kicked off by taking a look at my keys to victory. For the Chargers in this ball game, I would settle in on the ground game. They have to find a guy to carry the load. I love the attempts last week versus Detroit. I want to say it was 28 or 29 attempts. That's exactly where you want to be. But when you have two guys splitting carries like that, neither one is effective. Now I would play the up-tempo game versus Cincinnati, take advantage of a defense's fatigue. I think that's how they can get points on the board in a hurry. And you also have to get creative up front defensively. San Diego has to do a better job of stopping the run, and they're going to see a lot of running coming down from from Cincinnati in this ball game. And for the Bengals in this ball game, tackling is fundamental. They put on a clinic last week versus Oakland, tackling one-on-one in space, especially in the secondary, and I think that's huge in this ball game versus San Diego because you're facing guys of the caliber of Keenan Allen, Stevie Johnson. You also look at Danny Woodhead and company. Those guys are able to make one miss, and if you can get those guys on the ground, it helps the Bengals get off the field on third downs. And I will go with heavy boss or trump personnel. That's double tight end sets, sometimes three tight end sets to help them run the football even more effectively against a team that struggles to stop the run. And staying ahead of the chains is going to be key. You don't want to put the football back in the hands of an explosive offense like San Diego, so the best way you can combat that is by winning on first downs, second downs, making it third and short type of a situation. That way you can minimize their possessions and force them to maximize their possessions, and that way you can get more aggressive defensively. I think that's a win for Cincinnati. This week versus Cincinnati, the San Diego Chargers will have to do a better job of stopping the run, and I'm pretty sure they're going to see a lot of power coming from Cincinnati, whether it be strong side or weak side. I'm a big fan of the weak side power because it attacks the bubble in the defense, and I'm going to show you how San Diego can be in better position to defend the weak side power. Now, what we're talking about weak side power, we're trying to attack the weak side of the formation because the tight end is on this side. We're going to bring the strong side guard around in the hole, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys attacking weak side, so we outnumber the defense. So what we're trying to do on this play is simple offensively. We're going to try to get him hooked, bring around the guard into the hole to try to take out the weak side inside backer here. You're going to try to get a good block this way. Going to try to get him to cross face and take out this 5 tech. So you see where, because we're going to have the fullback lead here to take out this backer, and we're coming downhill with the weak side power. And center has also got to occupy the nose. So now you see how they're trying to block it, which you have to do, and it's just about beating guys to a spot and being aggressive. Again, stopping the run is about attitude and want to. You have to want to stop the run, especially the power game. So the way they can play this perfectly inside, if you're San Diego, one, you can't let this backside tackle cut you off if you're the 5 technique. You have to occupy that B gap, make it tough for him, because now what you have, the backer can replace, and now you've essentially sealed the edge. So now the play has to come either downhill or bounce it away from where they're trying to block, because you also have help with your guys here. So these two are important and critical to the play, because if this 5 technique can occupy this B gap and slow the progression of this guard that's trying to attack the strong side inside backer, it throws off the play, because now you have this backer beating the guard to the spot. Boom. He beats the guard to the spot, hopefully cutting off, again, the weak side guard that's trying to come in and attack this guy. You want him essentially to make the play right there, with the center being blocked pretty hard by that nose tackle, clearing the lane for the backer to then make a play at or behind the line of scrimmage. Again, don't allow yourself to get reached. Don't allow yourself to get reached. You have help. You guys flow to the football, and this is how they can defend the weak side power. Again, it's all about these guys on the backside, making sure they don't allow those guys to get to their destination. Now you be aggressive if you're the weak side inside backer. Strong side inside backer can then make the play, and that's how they can slow down or defend the weak side power of this game versus Cincinnati.
Opening up the Bengals playbook, I'm a big fan of the spacing in their passing game. You'll see here versus Oakland, they'll create space down the seam for A.J. Green. Now as we freeze it, the two receivers take an outside and inside trek, forcing the two corners to expand and holding the safety in the middle of the field in the process. Now you have A.J. Green in the slot with the freedom to run the open space that's created by the concept. The safety is in an impossible spot to squeeze, thus not being able to make the play. Dalton delivers a perfect pass and hits AJ in stride, and these are the type of things you want to see versus San Diego on Sunday, as they'll see a lot of single high safety looks. They have to capitalize with these type of concepts.
My X factor for the Chargers is going to be finding a way to stop Tyler Eifert. Obviously, you have A.J. Green, Marvin Jones, Mohamed Sanu, but Eifert is the new weapon in this Bengals offense, and they need to find a way to stop him. Eric Weddle is a possible option. They need to be able to do it without double teaming. As far as the Bengals are concerned, my X factor is forcing the Chargers to run the football. Melvin Gordon, the rookie, is someone that the Chargers are going to need to rely on if they become one-dimensional. So they're going to need to take away that passing game from Phillip Rivers and not allow him to connect with Keenan Allen. As far as the prediction is concerned, this is going to be a shootout. Bengals 35, Chargers 27.
San Diego Chargers pulled up a big victory last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, who played the hapless Oakland Raiders. So let's go ahead and say it and get it over with. My must start is, until otherwise proven guilty, Phillip Rivers. He never gets credit for the fact that he is a good fantasy play. You have to start him this week. My must sit this week is actually a guy who's gotten a lot of big pub. I'm going to go with Danny Woodhead. You got to sit him down this week. They're going to key on him, make sure he doesn't get any of those Texas routes, any of those quick plays to get him some yards. As for the Cincinnati Bengals, a must start for me with Cincinnati is A.J. Green. The matchup is just there for him to dominate these corners who just can't guard him one-on-one. My must-sit this week is actually Jeremy Hill. I think they're going to do more of a timeshare, and Gio Bernard might get a couple of carries stolen away from him. With that all being put together, the San Diego Chargers are going to pull out the victory here, 24-19.
I like Cincinnati in this ball game. I think their strengths match up very well with the weaknesses are for San Diego. Right now, the Chargers are struggling to stop the run. Cincinnati will come in and try to lean on that defensive line, force those guys to get off blocks. I think they can chew up the clock and ultimately win the game with their defense. So I see Cincinnati knocking off San Diego at home. And recapping our picks, Teron and I are going with the Bengals. Gene is on a scouting assignment, so he wasn't in the video, but he's going with the Bengals as well. Chris is the lone wolf going with the Chargers, so we shall see. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Bengal fan forums and Charger fan forums for always showing football game plan support.